Alright, so we're here with Eric Wagner of The Skull. Now, when The Skull formed, it included 3 members of Trouble. Under what circumstances did this band even come together?
Well, actually, it was kind of a joke at first. I was playing Milwaukee Doomfest with my band Blackfinger, and Ron was there with Earth and Grave, and Ollie with his band Retrograve. So we decided, after I was done with my set, that they would come up and we would do a few Trouble songs, you know. So it kind of felt really good for some. So after we got home and everything, I sent them both a message saying, hey, you know, I'm going to start a Trouble tribute band, and would you guys be interested? Because you look just like the bass player and the drummer, and I sound exactly like the singer. So it was kind of a joke at first. But then, so then all of a sudden, the next thing I knew, we were standing at a festival in Germany. I'm like, how did we get here, you know? So here we are, 4 years later, 5 years later, 6 almost, I think now.
Now, to complete The Skull, how did you find the people to give you the sound you were after?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, first we got Lothar. He was a friend of ours, you know, when we were looking for guitar players. I mean, we started out just like I said, we were just going to do like the old stuff. And then, you know, we got Lothar. Then we had like his friend, he played with us for a while. We've had a few lineup changes. Ron, myself, and Lo, we've been the constant. But I think right now, at this moment, I think we have the lineup, I think, that we've been waiting for.
Now, the name Skull comes from Trouble's second album, right? Can you explain how that connects with the overall concept?
Well, you know, when we were just kind of trying to look for names and everything, and I think that one was right away. I mean, we just said, like, The Skull, it would be pretty cool, you know. To me, it had more meanings than just like the title of the second record. You know, your head, your brain, whatever, and the things you think and stuff like that. So it just kind of fit. I think it was like the first one that got brought up, and we just kept it.
When you started playing shows, you already had a lot of Trouble material available. What were the reactions like when you kind of brought some of these old songs back that even Trouble themselves were no longer playing?
Well, that was the point, like, at first, because to play the old stuff, because Trouble really, we didn't play that stuff anymore when I was still with them, and they didn't either, you know, so we wanted to play the older stuff just to be different from them, and I figured it was kind of fun, because we never did it anymore, so at first we had a great reaction, you know, at first that's all we did, but people then started asking us if we were going to make our own record, so we were kind of like, well, why not? Let's try it, let's see what happens.
So at what point did you kind of realize that, hey, we can go beyond this, we can write material and be a real band?
Well, I don't know, when did our album come out? November of 2014. So probably after a couple of years, you know, it was like, I think it was right before Christmas of 2013 where we were talking about it, and everybody had their songs that they've been working on, so everybody kind of sent them to me, and it took about a year, you know.
How important was it for you to get that album released?
Well, like I said, when we first got together, we really weren't planning on doing that, so it wasn't really on purpose, but I think we wanted also to be ourselves. I mean, for me, the best part about being in a band is creating new music. You know, it's not just playing the stuff you've done. So for me, it was important because I wanted to, let's make a record, like, let's see what happens. And I think we did pretty good. You know, people seemed to like it, and so now we've been thinking about starting to work on a new one.
Now, when you made new songs, your lyrics, when I listen to it now, after not hearing it for a while, I still hear a lot of time you reference yourself. In a way, Are you going for the signatures, or are you going, or because it's still relevant what you're saying?
Maybe both. I like doing that. I like reminding people about stuff. I just got done with a new Blackfinger album. I did it on there too. It just kind of, it's not on purpose. I don't think you can do things because you want to. If it works and if it's the right thing to do, then great, you know. So it always comes when I'm writing, and all of a sudden a line that I'll remember from a long time ago will pop into my head. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Let's, you know, just have people see if they catch it. Not everybody catches it.
Well, when I got the album, I listened to it all the time, and I was like, yeah, good. And today in the car, I'm listening to it after about a year not hearing it, and all of a sudden, boom. It's like, wow, how did I miss all of it? It was all there all along.
See?
You know?
So I love doing it. I've done it the whole time. Even in Run to the Light, I did it with Misery Shows when I said.
Absolutely, one of my favorite tracks of all time.
You know, so that was cool we played with my other band. I always wanted to do this, and we did Misery Shows Part 1 and 2 together. So it was pretty cool doing that.
Now, when the album came out, were people surprised that you actually took this time to write the music and not really sticking to, you know, doing it easy with just, you know, doing trouble songs?
I don't think they were surprised. I think they made a surprise that it was good. You know, I think it's good.
It is.
So, you know, when we go tour over in Europe and stuff, you know, we were kind of surprised at first too, because people would come to the show and they would sing those songs too. It's like they knew them. So we were kind of at first worried that maybe people wouldn't accept it. You know, people are new stuff, you know. They want to hear all that old shit, you know. But we as people have to move forward too, so it's still fun doing the old songs, but we also need to do new stuff too.
Now,
you know?
You've mentioned Europe several times already. Why is it that, you know, European taste is just fitting, matching Trouble, matching Skull? I mean, I'm a European living in America, and I have the same mindset. Since I saw you the first time opening up for Motorhead at the Metro in '85, I was sold, and I'm sold to this day.
I don't know. I don't know. They just like. They don't like music, commercial music that much. I think Europeans, even no matter what kind of music is, they seem to always like the one that's a little bit outside the box. You know, the popular stuff. So I'm not complaining because I love going there. So as long as they want me to come over and sing for my supper, I'll do it. You know.
Now, shortly after the album came out, your drummer Ollie left for the second time. What made him leave? He had a good thing going.
I don't know. I really don't know. It's not the first time he's done it, and we weren't surprised. So I really don't know. To be honest, I don't know. You know, I stopped figuring it out. But he left Trouble more than once. He left the Skull twice. So I don't know what his problem is.
Now, that did not stop the Skull from continuing, right? You continued to make tours, and you made another recording, a 7-inch, I believe, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
Why?
Well, could you describe what that was?
With the Longing, you mean?
Yeah.
We were like, I don't know, we were going to go tour again, and it was like, we weren't really working on new music at the time, and we just thought it would be a great idea to do a single in between, you know, to have some more music to, you know, for the tour and to put in between records a little bit. So the Longing came about, and just like the first single we did sometime yesterday morning, we had the Last Judgement as the B-side. We were like trying to find one for that one, and so I think we were sitting at breakfast at Ron's house, and the Skull came up. We're like, well, that's us, isn't it? You know. So I think it came out great. I know there was a few people who, you know, they like, the original one, you know, you can't. I think they're both good. I mean, I think the new one sounds better just because it's 2016 or whatever that we did it, and the technology. So I think it sounds better than 1985, but, you know, some people are purists. I like the original one, and that's cool, whatever, you know.
Now, what is so special about The Last Judgement? I mean, it's such a big song, and a big song in many more ways than just musically.
I don't know. I can't answer it.
it appeared on Metal Massacre. It got the name Trouble out there.
Yeah, you know, that's why we kind of redid it. We were thinking like, what would be a good B-side for the first single of The Skull? And Trouble we haven't done it. Nobody's ever done it in a long time, and we're like, how about to do The Last Judgement? Like, that'd be kind of cool. And so we played it in our set for a while. We haven't done it now in a little bit, so we'll see. You know, we keep changing songs in and out.
How is the new material coming along?
Well, actually, we kind of haven't started yet. That's one of the reasons I'm here this week. Everybody's been working on riffs and parts and things like that, and so this week that's one of the reasons we're here. It's not just to play this show; it's to start pre-production on the new record. So we'll see. I've only been here for 2 days, so we've just been rehearsing for the show because we haven't seen each other since December or whatever. November.
Speaking of new songs, you recently completed a Blackfinger album. Can you maybe give some details about that?
Well, I just finished it before I got on the plane. Like, it's all mastered now. I just signed a new deal with a new label, and I think we might see maybe by the end of the June release date. You know, we'll see. Like I said, it's so new right now. It just got mastered. I just signed the deal. The cover's being worked on right now. So I think it's a little heavier than the first one, and it's a brand new lineup too. It's different guys from the first one. So.
How do you maintain your voice? Because years go by and you continue to sound excellent. You still have your old trademark signatures. When I hear you saying, "I know it's you, I know it's Trouble, I know it's The Skull, I know it's everything Blackfinger," how do you make it happen?
I don't know, man. It's not on purpose or anything. Before I used to always say it's cigarettes, you know, cigarettes and weed. But now it's just the weed. I kind of quit smoking a couple months ago. So I don't know, man. I just go out there and sing it.
And when you even started singing for the first time, who are your influences when it came to vocalizing?
Well, you know, I grew up listening to the Beatles and Pink Floyd, you know, and the Doors. Morrison was like my favorite lead singer. My favorite hard rock singer was Ian Gillan. And I remember I went and seen him when he played with Sabbath here in Chicago, and after the show I wanted to quit. You know, all the guys talked me into not quitting Trouble because I was like, well, what's the point? Ian Gillan, I'll never be that good.
And during that tour and the album, I think he was at his best.
Oh man, it was awesome.
A lot of people put that album down, but I think it's a pinnacle of singing.
It's the first time I ever got to see him because Purple wasn't together. You know, so I just wanted to quit because I know I would never be that good, you know.
Well, you made a name for yourself. Finally, in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to living in the Trouble world, where does Skull fit in there?
Well, actually, I live in the Skull world now.
True.
And Blackfinger, that's what I'm doing. Trouble's in the past, you know. I'm proud of what we did, you know, but it is the past, and I love what I'm doing. You know, I have 2 different bands, I have 2 different outlets for what I want to say and what I want to do and what I want to hear. And now and then we kind of revisit that past, but it's, as an artist, I just want to keep moving forward. And like I said, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I wish them all the best, and that's just it, you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.